Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. And even though I have my Valentine's Day shirt on and I've got my Valentine's bracelet on, I'm actually here to talk about March. And I've made videos about this before of just saying like Booktube like loses his mind, it goes insane in March. There's just too much happening. Because there's so many wonderful events on Booktube in March. The one that I have participated in most is March of the Mammoths, which is hosted by my husband, Jason, at Old Blues Chapter and Verse, Lukash at A Cruel Reader's Thesis, and Alex of Big Al Books. And it's essentially to, try to tackle big books that have been lingering on your shelves, and they have to be 800, the ideal size is 800 pages or longer. And so I have participated in that one. This will be my third year. I think it's the fourth year of the person that I have participated in March of the Mammoths with is Joe Smith. And we read in 2020, year never to be forgotten, we read David Copperfield. And last year we read Our Mutual Friend, so you have some idea of, but we've been talking about what we're gonna read for March of the Mammoths since September. So I feel really obligated, like, yeah, we're gonna do this. And then all the announcements videos come through, like this last Friday, finally March Mystery Madness was announced. With its, huge plethora of hosts. And I sent Joe a Voxer message and said, I have this crazy idea and I want to participate in all 4 events in March. And because March of the Mammoths is an event that you shouldn't feel bad about, like if you don't finish the 800-page book in March. Jason, I can tell you, has never finished, or not, has finished his Mammoth like the last 3 months of the year. So he starts it in March, and then other things get in the way, or well, more recently, like just being just totally distracted by the pandemic and things like that. So at least 2 of the 3 books he's read in previous March of the Mammoths, like he hasn't finished until December. So I reached out to Joe and said, Joe, could we, is there any way that we could maybe space this out a little bit more? and Joe is like the ideal buddy reader because she will just read at whatever pace you want. Now, for me, the big question about could I participate in all these 4 events, and I am going to talk about all the events. So could I read this many books at the same time? I'm not sure. So yeah, it would be, I can probably read 2 books at the same time, but with 4 events, things get, more complicated. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'm not here to do a TBR, but I'm mainly here to just talk about wow, we have these incredible events in March, and I just want to be part of all of them because they're so wonderful, and I'm trying really hard to figure out how I could pull this off, even if we let our Mammoth slide a little bit into April. So again, March of the Mammoths is the one I have participated in the most. Who would have thought I would ever own a stuffed mammoth? But he's super cute. So yeah, again, the goal is to just start a book that's approximately 800 pages or longer. And I've really enjoyed this event the last 2 times that we've participated in it. I love buddy reading with Joe, and especially like a big book, and we both love Dickens, and so it's been great fun. Another event that I have previously participated in is the Irish Readathon. Now, all of these events have multiple hosts. So the Irish Readathon, one of the hosts, and the host, I'll link to the announcement videos for at least one host down below. Aoife, I hope I'm saying her name right. I'm so sorry. She's at Words of Clover, and she's one of the hosts. I always call the hosts of the Irish Readathon the Irish Princesses of Booktube. They always seem like just really lovely people. But anyway, so they have several prompts for the Irish Readathon this year. One of them that I think is really interesting is that this year is the 100th anniversary of the creation of the Republic of Ireland. So one of the prompts is to read a book set in the 1920s in Ireland or written in the 1920s in Ireland. And I actually think I have a book that might fit this prompt. So that's exciting. Now, obviously, like with all of these events, like you could overlap, you could do 2 books in one. And I just haven't been able to figure out how to do that yet. I just really like it, and I like this event. I read a book by Timothy Egan called The Immortal Irishman one year, and then I think I read How the Irish Saved Civilization by Thomas Cahill. Not so sure on that, but anyway, so I mean I've managed to squeeze in like jam in an Irish book for the Irish Readathon, but I would like, one year I'm just gonna tell the Mammoth no, and I'm just going to fully embrace one of these other events for sure. The next event is Middle Grade March. Again, multiple hosts. The one that I watched, I believe is the main host behind it is Krista at Books and Jams. And so again, like they have multiple prompts, they have a read along, they have giveaway. This year they have merch, which like, wow, that's pretty intense. It's cool though. Like and I think a portion, I think 50% of the proceeds goes to a nonprofit. Again, multiple prompts, read a book about an orphan, which happens a lot. That's a very common thing in middle grade books, that the character is an orphan. It makes me think of Moonrise Kingdom, and she's got that suitcase full of books, and she likes to read about orphans because she thinks their lives are more interesting and more exciting. And the other little boy in the film is just like, I love you, but you're crazy. Anyway, so I do have some books about some orphans. And I also, another prompt is middle grade books that are older than you. It's actually, that's not a hard one for me. And I pulled a couple books off the shelf just to make sure that they were older than I am. So that shouldn't be a problem. And again, like middle grade, I feel like could be maybe easy to squeeze in as well, like because it's, it should, in theory, I would think it would read faster, or most of these are going to be, the ones that I'm looking at and considering would be rereads, although not that I really remember what happens. I am really trying to go through my middle grade books this year because it just, I don't have any children, and I would just rather give those books away to someone who who would appreciate them, who would enjoy them. For a while, and I don't know if Lindsay from Lindsay Reads is still doing this, but she was trying to read all of the Newbery books, and I have multiple Newbery books I'd be happy to give away. I just want to read them like one more time, and then I think I could let go of them, which would be nice. So anyway, that's middle grade March. And then finally, the one event that I have not been able to figure out like how to squeeze it in is March Mystery Madness. This event is actually, this is the 7th year March Mystery Madness is taking place, which is I'm pretty impressed by, I'm pretty blown away by. There are so many hosts and co-hosts, and holy cow, there's a lot of people involved in this event. The announcement video that I watched was from Jen at Remembered Reads. Now, interesting, this year they have decided to, there's not prompts. It is, since it's 2022, it has to be like there's like a two theme, a 2x2 theme. So you could have like 2 sleuths, or, you know, so like Sherlock Holmes and Watson, or you could have, read a 22-page short story by Agatha Christie, or I don't know, like there's a lot of different ways, and I think the hosts are all trying to kind of come up with different ways to present that sort of 2x2 theme. Now, I have a mystery in mind. I don't know if I think it would meet the 2x2 count, but I don't own it, so I would need to check it out from the library, which so I'm gonna really have to comb my shelves a bit more and see if I do have anything that fits. I've got a couple mysteries in mind, but I just need to like dig around a little bit. And frankly, for all I know, my Mammoth could fit into this, but I'm not really sure. I started to read the back of the Mammoth. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna do a TBR right now. But yeah, like, so I started looking at the back of the book, and it just doesn't strike me as necessarily like a mystery, although this author, there's usually some element, I guess, maybe of mystery in it, but I just don't know. And obviously I don't want to wait to be 200 pages into the book and then go, oh, this fits for March Mystery Madness. So I will have to contemplate that one a little bit, but I really like all of these books and genres are things that I'm interested in, that I like, that I enjoy, and I just wish, God, if we could just have 2 of them in 2 different months, it would be so helpful. And I get it, like March is a verb, so it tends to make some great, it tends for making great titles of events, which I think is in part like the name of the event. I do really think has an impact on participation in some cases, but also like, yeah, like, I mean, again, you middle grade books, mystery books, larger books, and then the Irish thing, like I just think it's so fun. I just think it's so cool that these women in Ireland host this event every year, and I don't know, like, they're all just pulling at me. Like, I watch these announcement videos and I'm just like, I just want to be part of that. So anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What events are you participating in March? And am I out of my mind for trying to participate in 4 events in 1 month? What should I do? Like, what should my strategy be? Should I always have 2 books on the go? Read 4 at once? What do you think? So I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Again, please just say hi, even if you want to leave an emoji in the comment section, or feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Booktube, remember to be kind to yourself and to be kind to others, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.